Hey, it's time for Discoveries with D, the unhinged channel of Dish with D. So if you're coming here to see a little unhinged to me, welcome. This is going to be, we're going to do Vlogmas this month here, where we're just going to film a little bit every day and just post some fun, different things. Nothing to do with health, wellness, extra. We don't care. It's all about fun here. It's all about fun and frivolity here. So today's video, our first Vlogmas video, we're going to talk about Stranger Things. Now, I watched Stranger Things since it premiered many years ago. It's funny, I thought that there was more. This is the 5th season. I thought it seemed like it's been more than 5 seasons, but I guess because they don't come out every year. It's kind of like every 18 months or something. So it seems like it's been longer than it actually is. And that's it's a science fiction show on Netflix. And this cast has been the same since the first season. Now, you can see these kids, they were like I'd say little kids, they were kids. Now they're like young adults. And it's just funny to see them. And that's why they got to end it, because like these kids are getting like too old. Like I think they're still in high school, but technically that show's been going for quite a while. So they would be much older than that. But it's just an interesting show. I love, science fiction, things that you do with like other dimensions and all that. So if that's something interesting, you should check it out start from season 1. So spoiler here, if you've not seen this first 4 episodes they put out on Thanksgiving, I think it was, the next 4 or 5 come out at Christmas, and then there's one final episode, the finale. I guess it's several hours long. From what I hear, that's going to be a separate. And somebody said that they're going to put that out in theaters. Now, I think it'd be kind of cool to see in the theater, but would I pay to see it when I could see it here for free? Probably not. But it would be interesting, to see with all the, the little noises. So if you have not yet watched Stranger Things season 5, don't watch any further, because I don't want to spoil anything for you, because nothing worse than being spoiled. All right, with that being said, first 4 episodes, I got them done in probably 3 nights. I did. I enjoyed them. They were a little bit longer than normal. I feel like they were over an hour each. And I really enjoyed it. Now, my only complaint is I feel like, now maybe I'm wrong. I could be, because I don't know everything. But I feel like they went back and they were showing a flashback to like season 1. And I don't remember that happening. Like, did they like change what happened? Did they use like AI or like actors that look like them to recreate? Because I feel like they were showing Will in with the Vecna is his name. It's right. Vecna was not in the first season. I don't believe he was. It was just the Demogorgons, which are those big flower-looking monsters. And I feel like we only saw one Demogorgon. I don't remember seeing more than one. Maybe we did. It was all about the Demogorgon in season 1. But now they showed him with this Vecna character, who's the main antagonist. And he was like, he put this thing over him like this, and he was like pushing stuff in him and taking stuff at him. So basically they were connected. Now, we've never heard this prior. Now, granted, he always had that feeling that he was close, but I don't know. Did I miss that? Did they really show that? And I just don't remember, which very could well be. You could let me know, because I don't know everything, like I said. That, and I feel like they showed a few scenes. Even last year, I felt like when they were showing 11, they were showing her as a little girl back in the lab doing things like we didn't see originally. Now, again, maybe I just missed or don't remember. But what's interesting, because, you didn't see Vecna till the end of the last episode 4. They mentioned him. You saw him in his human form, but not in his Vecna form till the end. And because we didn't know where he was, they thought he was, held prisoner by the government or whatever, but he wasn't. But I forgot what I was going to say, as I was like, there's so much to talk about. Oh, they were showing 11 training, for, I guess, her battle with him. And she seems strong and good, but yet she couldn't open this one door. Like, she literally, couldn't. I'm thinking to myself, how is she going to be, well, that's why she's not going to be the one defeating Vecna. At least we see at the end of the episode 4 where Will comes into his own, Vecna power, and he destroys all the Demogorgons that are left hanging around. It's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting him to I was waiting for it because I feel like from season 1, because he was the one that went missing, if you remember, in season 1, and he was kind of like the star, but not the star. Like, other characters seemed to shine more than he did. But I feel like in this episode or this season, it's like he's really shining. He's coming into his own, which is kind of fun because he was the one that was missing. But yeah, I felt like he was just like this, that was like the secondary story of everything. The other kids seemed to have a more front row seat. But now, no, he is. I was kind of like, look at him go. He literally blew them up. Like, and I guess, and a lot of them weren't even like in front of him. Like, a few of them were underground with the other people. And he just literally was like, his eyes turned white. Like, and then you think to yourself, well, if he sees what Vecna does Vecna see what he does? That's the interesting that they did not really mention, that he saw through the eyes of the Demogorgons and Vecna, but did Vecna and them see through his eyes? Because it's like they kind of knew where those kids were. I'm thinking that's probably why, because they knew who he's going after these little kids. Again, I'm not really quite sure why. I feel like it wasn't really brought out, at least not, it wasn't where you actually knew what they were talking about, like why he was taking these kids. And he's very sweet in the other world with the kids, so they don't see him as Vecna. They see him as Mr. What's it, Mr. What's it, or so interesting. But I'm sure it's going to come down to Will's going to be the one that destroys him. That's my prediction. I mean, of course he's going to need Elle's help because she got to be in there too. And it's funny, and then at the end, his nose bled. It's like, it's that thing when you put out so much power, I guess your nose bleeds. That was interesting, but the first 4 episodes were really good. I enjoyed them. I love when they bring back some characters we haven't seen for a while, or like giving them like front row seats. I kind of like, the push-pull with a lot of the different characters, so they had them all on. And just to, like I said, seeing how they're just so mature. And it's like, but what's funny is when you sit there, they're making all these plans. Like, they're kids, supposedly, but they're really smart. Like, they put together this plan with Hopper, and he thinks that there's a bee's knees, and he listens. You're sitting there going, but they're high school kids. But, but they're super blown high school kids. They're all in the know. They know the upside down. But we also saw Linda Hamilton. Oh my gosh, I love Linda Hamilton. Boy, did she get a little old. Then again, have I looked in the mirror lately? But then again, I'm thinking, I know her. Oh my God, that's Terminator girl. But yeah, to see her, I don't think she's dead. She got knocked out. At the very least, she got knocked out. I don't think she's dead. So it's always good to, see a villain that can't die. They did like, listen, they're knocked out. And they never finished the job. Like, shoot them in the head and be done with it. Well, I guess their idea is they're not there to kill them. And then Elle walks into that room she was afraid of. And it was the other number 10, I guess, or 12. Vecna was a number. I can't remember what number he was. So all 3 of them are probably, so she's going to, her sister, as she called her, she's going to be instrumental, I'm sure. And why she was held captive there, we don't know. Was that to attract Vecna? I don't know. We were left with her seeing her. That's how her scene ended, with her knowing who she was, because at one point Hopper was going to kill himself, which was so sad. I'm like, oh God, don't kill yourself. I mean, it's the last episode, it possibly could happen, and he was going to blow up the place. He had his bomb strapped to him. Like, I guess back then it was 1980 something, so yeah, I guess you had to strap a bomb to yourself. But now, like, we don't have to strap bombs to ourselves. We can set them off. But it is taking place in the 80s. And it was a sad, you saw more of about his story about losing his daughter to cancer, and I guess why he took to Elle, and that was kind of, it was kind of sweet. And then we have, is her name Sam? I can't think of her name. The redhead. Why her name escapes me. She was in a coma, and yet she's alive on the other side, in the upside down. I don't get that. I don't get that. How is she in her body in the upside down, but yet she's in the hospital? I don't know. Or is her name Max? I think it's Max. Yeah, it's Max. Maxine. So how does she have a body in the upside down where she's in the hospital? I don't know. That part confused me. That could be a sign of something. She was helping out the little sister. You know, I didn't remember there was a little sister. Did you remember there was a little? I don't remember that. Did they add that last minute? I don't remember the little sister. If I did, she must have been really, really young, and we didn't really see her much. But there was apparently, Mike has a sister. I don't remember that. But yeah, it's just a little bit, but I thought it was really well done. I thought I wanted to watch the next episode, so as usual, they have you pulled in. So that's, I think, all the good stuff. Like I said, it's just seeing, you know, Will come into his own at the end. Oh yeah, the mother. I didn't know she was watching Winona, but he literally, he's going to be the key, I guess, to destroying the Upside Down. So that's my first 4 episode take. Let me know what you think. And I will see you tomorrow. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. I also want to talk about another video, maybe in a different, another show in a different video called The Beast in Me. If you've not seen that on Netflix, you must. It is, I think, an 8-parter. It was really, really good. Loved it. So we could talk about that next. But so you should watch it. Like I said, you always make sure before you watch these videos you've seen the show, because you don't want my opinion to infiltrate how you watch it. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, and comment if I missed something, because I would not be surprised if I missed something. I am who I am. So let me know what you think, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 2. Bye bye. Take care, and let's stay unhinged.